What's up, guys? Welcome back to Latin Chopsticks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, today we're gonna be going to another special place. Today we're going to a all-you-can-eat Italian buffet here in Orlando. And it's one of the only ones that I'm aware of. And it was actually recommended recently by one of our viewers on, I believe it's the Brazilian sushi video that we did. I'm not 100% sure if it was that one or if it was last week's video. Regardless, thank you so much for that. We're going to a place called, I think it's Oreganatta, something like that. All the information as always, and I'm gonna start saying this every time, in the description down below, you have the website of the place, the address, as well as the name of the restaurant. Regardless, we are hungry. This place looks like serves pasta with different types of sauces. They also serve some pizzas and some calzones that are like very bite-sized, or not bite-sized, but they're like small. They're almost the size of empanadas. So we're gonna go over there. Supposedly it's really affordable, and it's an international drive, which is pretty much the very touristy area of Orlando. So we're gonna go ahead and check this place out. My wife just got home from work. We went ahead and changed, and we are ready to go. And let's check this place out. Let's see if it's as good as it sounds. All right, awesome, guys. We're here, we made it. And so far, you know, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways that you can customize everything you can get. So they have like a whole bunch of different types of salads and greens and things like that you can mix up on your own, put it all together, put some sauce on it, and it's pretty much whatever you want. They also have 4 different types of pasta, spaghettis, and things like that. And they have like 5 different types of sauces. I think they have like Alfredo, they have like regular tomato sauce, they have bolognese meat sauce, they have meatballs, they have chicken, and they have pesto that you're able to kind of mix and match. The way that part works is you ring a bell, the chef comes out, and then you go ahead and basically change it into any way you want. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Then you have this huge thing of like desserts and like appetizers, and you have like 4 different types of breads. It's like cheese bread, you have Parmesan cheese bread, you have garlic bread, and I believe you have bacon bread, which is the only one that I got, because I'm not trying to eat too much bread, especially since I made pasta, and I'll show you guys in a minute. And we also have a whole, like I think 3 or 4 different flavors of pizzas. One thing I will say, in all honesty, right off the bat, this place really reminds me a lot of Cece's Pizza. I don't know if you guys know what Cece's Pizza is, but it's a really affordable buffet here in Orlando and all over Florida, and I'm guessing it's in other states here in the United States as well. With that said, let's go ahead and get started, and let me show you what I got. So for our plates, we ended up getting this, and my wife ended up getting a delicious salad that she custom made herself. So for this though, I ended up getting myself it kind of reminds me of a tortilla soup, just because it has beans, corn, chicken. This right here are cheese balls. This right here is their bacon-filled cheese bread. So that was interesting, and I ended up getting that to try it. And then this is the spaghetti. So the way it works is, like I said before, you get to choose the type of pasta spaghetti that you want. And what they do is they kind of fry the sauce, and then they mix it up and cook it for you. That way it's nice and warm. Of course, it's been a couple of minutes since I had to get more food and also get our drinks. But you have meatballs and things like that. I decided to go with the meat sauce with meatballs and the linguine, just because they were kind of low on spaghetti and they were making more. But let's go ahead and try one thing at a time. I really do want to try this out. I mean, look at that. It's packed with a whole bunch of things. This is going to be a really hearty soup to have. Let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, I'm super excited. This is super hot. Let's see if it's as good as it looks. So it's pretty good. It's nice, it's warm, it's definitely hearty. It has a whole bunch of items inside of it, as you guys can see. I feel like it does need a little bit of salt. because it kind of tastes a little bit bland to me. Like you could taste all the flavors, you could taste the tomato, you could taste the sweet corn, you could taste the hardiness of the beans themselves, and it all balances well. But deep, I think it needs a little bit more salt. And the good thing is that they have little packets that you can grab, and I think they actually have like an actual thing of salt, so I might go and grab that later on. But let's move on. I want to try these. I want to leave the pasta for last, just because that's the main course, and I want to try that out. But we're gonna go ahead and try the bacon bread out. So let me take a bite, and then I'll show you guys what's inside after we try it. Oh man, that's good. Let's check this out. So as you guys can see, it's honestly just simple bread. It's sourdough bread, but the bread quality is really, really good. The sourdough is really, really good. And that piece of bacon kind of adds that little bit of greasiness and saltiness that I kind of wish this had. It's definitely really, really good. And it's really warm too, even though it's been sitting there. I think it's under some really hot lamps. But I mean, you guys can tell it's nice and soft and fluffy. And like I said, that piece of bacon in there, oh my goodness. I'm glad that it's only in the center because I feel like it'd be overwhelming if it was in the whole entire thing. But you know what? I'm curious. Since this is kind of salty, I'm gonna dip it a little bit into the soup. This might be gross to some of you, but I love this. That sourdough absorbed the soup, and you get a spoonful right after you dip it. It kind of all comes together, and the freaking bacon actually brings in the saltiness that it's missing. It ends up balancing it really, really well. All right, the next thing we're gonna try are these cheese balls. Let's go ahead and try one out. They are kind of cold, and it looks like they've been sitting there for a bit, in all honesty, because I'm coming here in the middle of the week. It'll probably be really busy throughout the weekend, but still, let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, so this is a cheese ball. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite, and let's see what's in the inside. So it is a cheese ball. I don't know what type of cheese is on the inside, but it's like the cheese is mixed into the dough itself. At first, I thought it might have been like a hot Cheetos type of cheese ball. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's a little bit greasy. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what's in it. It tastes pretty good, but I have no clue, and it's just so red to me. I have no idea though what that may be. Like I said, it says cheese balls on the description, and the dough itself is like mixed in. Like you guys can tell, look how soft that is. But let me try the middle just to see what it is. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's like a type of mozzarella cheese. Not really sure why it's red because I don't taste any hot Cheetos at all. But it does have like tiny little pieces of jalapenos on the inside. Not bad. I probably wouldn't grab more though. Okay, so next we're gonna go for this pasta. I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. Kind of get myself a thing. Usually I use a spoon. I used it for the soup. I don't really care. I feel like I don't need it for right now. But I feel like this is pretty good. Let's go ahead and try this baby out. Oh man, that's not bad. So in all honesty, when the guy was cooking it, I genuinely didn't look that appetizing because it was like basically getting like tomato paste and frying it. But now that I try it, the freaking pasta, or at least the linguine, I'm sorry, is cooked al dente. The sauce is not overwhelming. He used the perfect amount of sauce to put with this, so everything is nice and coated without it being too much. You can kind of taste the sweetness of the tomatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a meatball with this, and we're gonna go ahead and try and bite like that out. Let's try this out. The meatball, really good. It's nice, almost fluffy. It's soft. Okay, I gotta show you. It's nice, it's fluffy, it's soft. It is still a bit warm. It's not hot anymore since I waited till the end to try it. But I'm telling you guys, the flavor, because of that sauce and the flavor of the meat itself, even though I don't really see any ingredients in there, like any herbs or anything like that, it is pretty dang good for a meatball. right, guys, awesome. So we ended up getting 2 other plates. Let's go ahead and see what we got this time. It's just because I want to try a little bit of everything, and I'm trying my best to make sure I try a little bit of everything. But let's go ahead and check this out. Of course, I ended up getting their pizza. So all their pizzas are very, very thin, as you guys can see. They have like 4 flavors. I believe they have like a white cheese pizza, or I'm sorry, they have a cheese pizza. They have like a white cheese pizza, they have a pepperoni pizza, and then they have a Hawaiian pizza. And then this is their garlic parmesan butter bread. I wanted to try that out. And then here, in one of the other soups that they have, and I apologize for this little grease, I'm using the same spoon, but this is their cheddar and broccoli soup. So we're gonna go ahead and try this out and see how it is as well. All right, so we're gonna try the cheddar and broccoli soup here. See how this is. Oh wow, flavor-wise, pretty good. However, I wish it was thicker. I'm used to like cheddar broccoli soup being pretty thick, and this is a little too liquidy for me. The flavors are good, not the best. But one thing I forgot to mention is this place is very, very affordable. I think it ended up being like $14 per person. I know a couple years ago it used to be $10 or $11 per person. This is during dinner. During lunch, if I'm not mistaken, it's only like 12 bucks, so it's like a $2 difference. And it's definitely a place if you guys are really, really hungry and you're out of the parks, you know, I definitely would suggest, especially if you have a lot of kids, because of how affordable it is. But now we're gonna go ahead and try the pizza. The cheese is delicious. The pepperoni itself, delicious. The sauce, a little too sweet for my liking, and a little too much considering the thinness of the pizza. If they kind of had held back the amount of sauce, I think it would have been better. As you can see, the sauce is kind of overflowing. I bit into it, and a lot of the sauce came out. Let me see if I can just squeeze a little bit, and you can see, look at all that sauce and grease. It's just for a pizza this thin, I think it's a little too much. And it takes away from the flavor of the bread, and it takes away from the flavor of the pepperoni and things like that. Now we're gonna try the Parmesan and butter bread. I haven't tried it yet, just from the feel of it. It feels like it's the same thing as the other one, just with a little bit of Parmesan and butter on top. But I feel like the inside's not gonna be that much different. Let me go ahead and try it out. So it's exactly as I mentioned. Luckily, the sourdough bread is really, really good. But when it comes to the butter and the Parmesan, it's not enough. I feel like they should have put a lot more Parmesan and like with melted butter and really mixed it and blend it. And I don't know if that's what they did, but certainly it doesn't taste like it. But I think it's because the sour bread is so good, but it's also so strong that it takes away from all the other flavors. Even with the other one, I was able to taste the saltiness of the bacon, but the actual bacon flavor wasn't really there. All right, guys, perfect. So we ended up getting pretty much almost all the desserts that they have. There's still quite a few more options, maybe like 4 or 5, but we ended up getting like 10 of them here. Let's go ahead and show you. Okay, so this is a little bit of a preview of all the desserts they have. They have like 3 different flavors of Jell-O. We went with the red one, which I'm guessing is strawberry. They have like a cookies and cream like mousse. My wife got one as well. They have this one, which looks like a dark chocolate mousse, or I have no idea what that is, to be honest with you. There's no labels right now on them. So, and then this, just realized is apple pie. This is the only thing on this plate that I'm not gonna have because I can't eat any apple pie, so I'll see if my wife wants to try that. This is a tiny cinnamon bun that they have. It kind of reminds me of the Cinnabon bites, although, to be honest, it looks really, really, really dry. This here is a chocolate chip cookie. I don't know, this kind of looked like one of their peanut butter cookies. It didn't say, but it could also just be a sugar cookie. And then this is, of course, a tiny little piece of brownie that we're gonna try out as well. So we're gonna go through each one and see how good it is. So first things first, we're gonna try this dark chocolate. Oh, so it's a brownie with dark chocolate syrup on the inside. Let's go ahead and try this out. Oh, that's good. You get the whipped cream, really sweet. Chocolate sprinkles, really sweet. But then you get that bitter dark chocolate in that syrup that's also pretty bittery, and it cancels itself out. Ends up being a really, really good bite. This right here, looks like it's literally whipped topping with crushed Oreos. Let's go ahead and try it out. The whole thing just came out in one go, so flavor of the whipped cream or the whipped topping is really, really good. It's kind of basic, but the flavors are really there. We're gonna try this Jello. I was a little concerned because it kind of jiggles a little more, so I don't know if it was like maybe it needed to be cooked a little bit more, but let's see. Oh, the flavor's really good though. It's been a while since I've had good Jello. Best part is super, super cold. I don't know if it's just I happen to get lucky, but super, super cold. I could tell that it's still in the refrigerator. It's not room temperature. It is a little softer than I'm used to, but I feel like that kind of helps it when it goes down, and just the flavor is able to spread a lot quicker, a lot faster. It was nice, I like that. Now we're gonna try the little crusty piece of the cinnamon bun. Wow, that proved me wrong. I gotta show you guys this. So believe it or not, the inside is filled with the cream, and the outside looks super dry, but it's actually such a good bite. I wish it was warmer, because obviously it's room temperature, but the flavor is really good. I was not expecting it because it just looked like a dry, crusty piece of cinnamon bun. All right, now we're gonna try a bite of the chocolate chip cookie. I will say it is a little hard. It's good, but it just tastes kind of like a boxed cookie. It's extremely dry, extremely crunchy. There's no chewiness to it, but the flavor's pretty good. I'm gonna try this one. Sugar cookie. It was way overcooked. Tastes really good. But personally, I like my cookies chewy and like softer. That one's like super dry, super hard. It's more like a cracker than a cookie. You have to bite down pretty hard. I know it seems weird that I'm describing. I just want to be honest with you guys. But the flavors are really good on these things. It's just the texture, or at least the look, can be off-putting sometimes. Last but not least is this brownie. In all honesty, based on the texture, look how I can grab it. It kind of looks more like a chocolate cake, and the texture, it looks like a chocolate cake. Let me show you. Like, I've been looking at this the whole time, but it really does look like it's just a piece of chocolate cake. Does it really look like a brownie? Let's go ahead and try it out. That's exactly what it is. I think I said, maybe it said chocolate cake and I didn't notice, but it's chocolate cake. And funny enough, it's pretty good chocolate cake because it's definitely not a brownie. Well guys, with that said, thank you so much for coming here with us. It's the first time. This was suggested by someone else, by one of our viewers. They wanted us to come and try it out. In my opinion, it's really basic. It doesn't seem, it didn't really blow me out of like, I don't know, it just didn't blow me away. A lot of the choices that they have is a lot of the choices that you honestly find at Cici's Pizza, with the only difference being that they switch the rolls of the spaghetti or the pastas versus the pizzas. Here you only get 4 pizzas and you get like 4 different types of pastas and like 5 sauces. Over there I think you get like 2 sauces and like 2 different types of pastas, but then you have like 10 different flavors of pizza. I mean, this place is definitely worth it if you're looking at something affordable, if you're looking to eat a lot, if you love Italian food, or if you love pasta or pizza. 100% I would suggest it, because it's really affordable. I mean, we are right next to Universal Studios. We had dinner, so it's more expensive on the dinner, and it's 2 adults, and we only spent, I think it was like $30, and that's because one of us got a drink. So, I mean, it's really not that bad. The flavor of the food is pretty decent. I kind of wish it was better, but there's not much to expect at the prices that we're paying. And to be honest, I mean, the amount of choices that you have for what you're paying, it's really not that bad. So, would I recommend it? Yes. If you're looking for something to blow you away or something unique or amazing, this is definitely not it. But if you love Italian food, I would recommend it. So all the information will be in the description down below. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this weekend. I really hope you guys enjoy your week. We're getting even closer to 1,000 subscribers. I really hope, at least at the time of recording this, I really hope we can hit that goal by the end of the year. But with that said, I will see you guys next Sunday. And until then, let's just keep on eating.